Hi everyone and welcome back. If you're returning, if this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, hello and welcome, and I really hope you do come back. So this is the first of two messages again. Now I don't always record two messages a day, but right now I'm feeling called to do a Divine Feminine message like yesterday, followed by a Twin Flame guidance message as well. So I'm going to try and keep this short. I'm just going to use two decks, and I'm going to bring through the message that I got downloaded to me earlier, and then I'll record your Twin Flame message from your masculines afterwards. So let's get into this. Calling in heavenly ancestors, spirit guides, the archangels of love and light, and the ascended masters of the highest pure divine light. I call you in now for your love, your guidance, your blessings and protection throughout, as I bring forward a message for the Twin Flame Collective. Thank you. Archangel Michael, can you please surround my children, my dog, my home and myself in a golden bubble of God's protection at all times, as I bring this message forward for the Twin Flame Collective. Can also request Archangel Michael, whoever connects with this message, you surround them, their loved ones, their home and their pets in a golden bubble of God's protection also. Thank you, Archangel Michael. Archangel Metatron, can you please stabilise the connection between myself and Spirit, ensuring only clear and concise messages can come through for the Twin Flame Collective's highest and greatest good at all times. Thank you, Archangel Metatron. Sending love, light and gratitude. And so it is. I set the intention with this message to bring through the highest vibration of unconditional love and healing and blessings, channel straight through the cosmic heart of Venus. And so it is. Okay. So this is a message for the Twin Flame Collective, but for the Divine Feminine, whoever that may be in your connection of the Twin Flame journey. This is for the Divine Feminine. And the reason why is because I've been told this is such an imperative time for Divine Feminines, because balance, being grounded, all those things are so important. So I heard, first of all, there is a really powerful deep cellular healing taking place right now within Divine Feminine, but also manifestation portal. So for many of you Divine Feminines, you're about to align with your wish fulfillment. You're about to align with your abundant timeline. You're about to merge with, so it's like you're, everything that you've had visions about and things like that, or maybe like things you've thought, oh, I keep on having dreams and visions about this happening, but it just seems like it's never going to happen. I feel now like your hopes and dreams and the timeline for that to come into reality is here, close here. But I was told to bring through this message to ensure you stay balanced and grounded, and the best way to do that is to be indifferent. And it's so strange because I've been working with a group of Divine Feminines over the last 2 weeks who are very much indifferent, who have chosen themselves and are now in a state of like, you know, whatever happens, happens, and I'm good on my own. I feel powerful. I feel like I'm cherishing my life, cherishing my Divine Feminine opportunities to, you know, step into my purpose and things, just cherishing every single moment. And they've released everything from the past that made them feel that they were stuck in the past or longing or craving or anything like that. And when they've done that, it's unlocked something on their journey, and you can tell just by looking at them. They've had a glow up. They look, you know, they're just glowing from the inside out. But I've also been working with a group of Divine Feminines this last couple of weeks who are struggling to let go, because they think like if they just, you know, move on and don't think about their person, or don't, you know, hold on to that little bit of hope, they're going to reach out. But can I just say, you don't ever give up hope. That's not the case. When myself and other readers say about the letting go and the surrendering to the journey, that's you not saying you're giving up ever being with your person. It just means you've released the resistance of it, because the whole point in your twin flame journey is to find the oneness and the wholeness within self. And you are capable. You hold that holy grail within you. That holy grail is part of you. So when you understand, when that love that you're chasing in the physical already lies here, right here within you. You have all you need inside of you to be happy, to be contented. You have all the love, all the tools. That magician energy, you have all the tools to be happy and achieve anything you want. You are limitless. So when I say, and as I say, other readers will tell you the same thing, when you release, now you have to release the past. And I don't mean it in a way like cherish your memories with your person. And I'm not saying this is easy, okay? The hardest thing I've ever had to do in this lifetime, and I've had a lot of horrible things to deal with, but for me, the hardest thing was to move away from my masculine and to not talk to him, to not see his face, see his smile every single day. It was the hardest thing I ever had to do. But do you know what? I did it. And I only got stronger from that. And now my connection with him is stronger. Here, around me energetically, but also we're in good terms in the 3D as well. So I know it seems like the hardest thing in the world to do, because that's what your twin flame journey does. It gives you that moment of bliss where you feel completely, it's a moment of completeness and peace and bliss and joy that you've never experienced, and that's why it's so hard to let it go. But you're brought together with your person, however that happens. Some of you it's online, some of you activated with your twin through social media or from a phone conversation, anything like that at all. But my point is, when you're activated, when you feel that moment of like you just start talking to them, you're like, wow, I feel something instantaneous with this person, and I've never had that with another single living being on this planet. It's hard to let it go because that's your feeling of oneness and completeness. And it's such a strong, passionate chemistry, you cannot explain it in words. It's just, and a lovely lady put in comments the other day about how a twin flame can be a sibling, and I have meditated over this many times. A twin flame cannot be a blood relative because there's such an intense passion and chemistry. Definitely not a twin flame journey if you think a sibling is a twin, because yes, you can have twin siblings, of course, but it's different from a twin soul journey. So I feel this message is just to say to the divine feminines, it's a time to stay balanced, it's a time to stay focused. Don't go too much into the past, don't go too much into the future. Present energy is so important right now. And just being in the now, being in the present. So I'm going to pull a few cards. So let me see. Oh, sorry, wrong deck. That's for my love. Pardon me. My love reading. So let me pull a few of these cards. So what message would you like me to give to the divine feminines right now? And I'll pull a message from my oracle deck. And I'm at the end. Now, there's a beautiful love message coming through that came through in my meditation, and I had such an amazing vision. It just made me cry so much, and I'll share that with you all in a moment in my next reading. But let me get this message out. So it's so important to understand your releasing of your masculine is not you saying you're giving up. You're not giving up hope. You'll always remain in connection with your person, always. But it's to have faith and to trust and to know in your heart you're going to come back into connection with them. You will hear from them, but it's important to first of all realize and have that trust and faith in the journey, because if you're trying to hold on to your masculine and you're desperate for these moments with them, whether it's, you're right. So best example I can give. Every morning I used to wake up. Now I have not seen my person for, like, in the physical, not even in video call, so it was, 2023. Now, I have not seen my person physically for 2.5 years. We have spoken on the phone and stuff and messages and things, but not physically eye-to-eye contact for 2.5 years. But yet, my connection with him is so strong, I can't even begin to put it into words. And before, every morning when I woke up, the first thing I would do was think of him and wonder, am I going to hear from him today? That was the first thing I did every morning. I'd come down, pull a few cards, or do whatever I did. Now I wake up in the morning, I smile, I fill out my dream journal, make a nice coffee, open the blinds and smile at the birds who are usually sitting on the tree right at my window, have a little cuddle with the pooch, and then I do my prayers. And if you see the difference here, it's not until maybe at the middle of my prayer when I'm saying a prayer for my masculine that I think to him, I go, oh, I hope he's doing really well, and I send him love. And when you get to that point where they're no longer the very first thing, like, are they going to reach out to me today? You know you've turned a corner. You know you've become liberated in a way from the whole being, I feel like weighed down by this constant pressure. So as I say, these messages are just for those that need it, and I feel, they're not as popular as love readings, I know, but they definitely carry a lot of weight, and they will help someone, that's for sure, because I know that's why they're making me do it. So let's see. Earth magic, fearlessness, and removing obstacles. Now, remember I said in last night's message, anyone that watched my Divine Feminine message last night, when I asked about what was, and it's so strange because my vision earlier involved horses as well. When I was asking, not last night, but the night before, about this intense energy, because I was really feeling it and really powerfully in pressure points, like behind my eyes, and the dragons were really strong. It was just a lot going on and I was feeling really intense. And I don't normally ask what's happening because I just go with it and I know that it's all happening for my highest and greatest good. But when I said, what's happening? What's going on? And they told me, removing obstacles. Removing obstacles. We are removing all the obstacles. And I felt like I was being moved to a different timeline or something like that was happening for me. So I did get that message as a download straight from the Divine a few nights ago. Sacred breath and sound, life force and communication. Now, I've just been talking about that. And it's funny that I've been called to use more sound and stuff like that in my readings. So I've been trying to use my drums and stuff like that. And I'm going to be using my rose quartz bowl in my love reading. And look at this dolphin energy here. And I love, the dolphins have got such this beautiful way of connecting with each other through that sonar. And there's definitely something here about communication, like removing all obstacles to communication. For many of you, that is why they're trying to get you to stay balanced and focused on yourself, on the now, and especially if you're creative of any kind, do it. I mean, I went out today and I bought more canvas because I have so many projects now that's waiting to go onto the canvas. In fact, I'm going to the vision I had tonight with the horses. I'm going to be painting tomorrow, so I'll share that with you once it's done. But if you've got some sort of creative thing you like to do, music or art, anything like that, please do it. It's so important right now. Tell me what else you want the Divine Feminines to know. Sacred action, decisive focus. Now, this is what I feel for Divine Feminines and Divine Masculines right now. The masculines are preparing to take this decisive action, and all is mirrored by the Divine Feminine. So you're taking that sacred action and choosing yourself and saying, okay, I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I deserve the best of everything and I'm choosing myself. And I'm focused now purely on my own journey, because I know I am the twin flame. You are the twin flame. Divine Feminines, you are the twin flame. And in meditation earlier, I can't remember the name of the female in the movie, okay? In Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, I love Lord of the Rings for a start. I can't remember every single character's name, but I do love a Lord of the Rings marathon. And in Return of the King, I can't remember there's the name of that creature that was created. And it was created because no man could destroy it. And it ended up being the king's daughter, the princess, that ended up taking out this creature because she had been underestimated. Hello to whoever that was. She had been completely underestimated, and this is not a man-woman thing. It's not a feminism thing, but I'm saying that's been the trouble. Divine Feminine has been discounted for so long now. The feminine energy, the feminine power. And I don't know why that vision came through. Maybe someone has a connection to Lord of the Rings who's watching this, or someone who loves it or something. But I just feel it was more saying that the Divine Feminine has been discounted and not given the credit for being the true leaders and powerhouses that they are. Whether you're man or woman doesn't matter. I'm talking about that feminine energy. So that obviously came through for a reason in meditation, because I haven't seen that film for years, but it came through in meditation. So give me one more from here, please, for the Divine Feminine. For the Divine Feminine of the Twin Flame Collective, you want them to know. Now, I'm seeing that star again. Definitely a lot coming through here. Look at that. Go with the flow and achievement. So go with the flow, letting go, cleansing, and a time to receive. It's so important that you cannot receive if you're still clinging to the past. And I've used this term a few times over the last few days to people, because that is something that's been said to me by my guides before. You have to let the old die away. Like, even if we look at our gardens and things like that, I was pulling like old brown leaves off my plants in my lounge. And as soon as I started pulling off these old dry brown leaves, the next morning I saw new shoots coming in. You have to remove the dead ends. You have to remove what's dead and brown and done with, to allow that fresh energy to come in. So I feel going with the flow here and letting go is going to bring in this beautiful new energy. Achievement, your effort plus intention. So I would say set intentions every single morning, and the way to do that is, I'm going to, have an amazing day. I'm going to feel good today. I'm going to achieve a lot today. I'm going to be grateful for all the blessings that are coming towards me today. And in prayer, when you're not doing actual prayer, sit like this. I welcome the blessings into my life. I welcome change. I am ready for the next stage of my journey. That is so important. Okay. One more, please, for the Divine Feminines. So, brilliant beliefs, luminous life force, personal power. Now, this is all about you standing in your true feminine power and wisdom. And as I say, it's not about feminism. It's not about saying women are better than men, because we all know men have this powerful feminine energy within them as well. But to truly, in the death and rebirth card and the transformation on the bottom, to truly embody your divine feminine energy, you have to feel it. You have to believe it. And you have to know you are already perfectly in union with your masculine within you. Because every single one of us has been created in that perfect balance. If you believe we've been made in the image of our Creator, then you'll believe that our Creator is both father and mother also. That perfect balance of masculine and feminine. So it's so important to truly believe in yourself. Fully believe in your strength and courage, because the Divine Feminines, they are been so powerful in their healing work and everything you've been doing, but it's so important now that you stay balanced and get ready to receive. Okay? I just feel that is one of the biggest message. Be ready to receive, because you're aligning with your most abundant timelines. So let's see. I'm just giving these a shuffle and then I'll hold them up on screen. Can I get a card, please? I'll pick one on the screen here. So let's see. Can I get a message, please, for the Divine Feminines? What they would need to know before I move on to do a love message. What is the message here for the Divine Feminines? Okay. Anubis. So it says transition, divine protection, safe passage. And look at the Eye of Horus up there, the symbol protection. So let me read this card. Anubis is a powerful energy to be working with as well. So let's get the message from Anubis for the Divine Feminines. And then I'll move on to your love reading. So let's see, what time are we on? Okay. So let's see where the Anubis card is. Anubis. Oh, do you know, beloved one. Anubis, the guardian of sacred transition, stands beside you now in this threshold of great change. As the eternal protector of souls, he guides you through the shadow of change with a steady presence and a fierce devotion. His deep eyes see through all the illusions, illuminating the truth of your journey while holding space for the same alchemy of your truly becoming. In this season of great shifting, Anubis wraps you in his protective energy, reminding you that even the darkest passages are sacred initiations. He walks between worlds, navigating the threshold between what you see and what is becoming, ensuring that no aspect of your soul is left behind as you transition. Trust in his ancient wisdom as he guides you through the symbolic death and rebirth. Wow, we just got the death and rebirth card as well. The death and rebirth card, I was told to pull that. So where did it go? Yeah, that was yeah, there. So we got the death and rebirth card, darkness to light, and then the Anubis energy protecting you as you move through from darkness into the light, and definitely your masculines as well. Trust in his ancient wisdom as he guides you through the symbolic death and rebirth process, knowing that what falls away will create space for your highest emergence to come through. Yes, thank you, Anubis. This card appears when you are moving through significant changes, affirming that you are divinely protected in your transformation. Anubis' presence reminds you that endings are not to be feared. They are gateways to all the new beginnings coming in for you. Come on. His energy supports you in releasing all the old patterns, relationships and beliefs that no longer serve your evolution. Stand confident in this transition, knowing that this guardian ensures your safe passage into the new dimensions of being more of who you really are. Wow. So thank you, Anubis. Wow. These cards are always so aligned with what I've been talking about, and I absolutely love them. So I'm going to pull, in fact, before I close out, I want to pull one card from this other deck of what Divine Feminines, what changes are coming in for Divine Feminine. So let me just put a card in for those. What changes, in fact, I'm going to use my moon magic for this. What changes are coming in here for the Divine Feminine? Sign of Hope. And what's this one? Release. So Sign of Hope, safe passage. Oh my goodness, we just got the safe passage in the Anubis card. I cannot believe it. Save passage, changing fortune, divine intervention. And the release, let go of any burdens, rebirth and awakening. Wow. Can I get one more moon card for to close out this divine message for the divine feminines? Potential. Time to use your gifts, shine bright, unique opportunities. Oh my goodness. I love it. And it was just 25.25. Love it. Right, I'm going to go and record your love message, sending you all so much love and blessings. God bless you all, and I'll see you in the next message. Namaste.